is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
They're the best record team in baseball, and here are two reasons why. 2 games, 2 home runs each for the Cubs, Chris Bryant and Addison Russell. And they're back here at Petco today, and how about their defense? 3 double plays last night, slickly turned by a very talented young Cubs infield. Well, we've seen why. They've won more games than anyone else in baseball. Mark Grant, former Cubs fan, maybe still is. Dick Enberg, we're pleased that you're with us. Day baseball, we love that. And again, along with the defense and the home runs, we're going to go to see another outstanding pitcher.
Yeah, Dick, you know as well as anybody during this season of baseball, there are ups and downs. And I've talked to a lot of players, I've talked to a lot of coaches, and right now, as we speak, Kyle Hendricks is probably the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. Why? Well, he only throws 88, 89 miles an hour, but it's the pinpoint control. Leads everyone in ERA with 2.16. He's first. Opponents only hitting 208. The whip, that's walks and hits combined per innings pitched. So he's just like at 1 runner per inning. But he makes a lot of hitters look sick like that. He's got the fastball, he's got the cutter, he's got the changeup, curveball. But it's all about hitting spots, Dick, and that's been the common theme and thread during this series about the Cubs pitchers. They know how to pitch, and they know where to throw the baseball.
Well, the starters have only allowed the Padres 1 run in the series, and that was on a strikeout wild pitch. Let's talk about Travis Jankowski. He's got a nice little string going.
I'm a big fan of Travis Jankowski, and he's fitting in quite nicely in the leadoff role. And when you talk about reaching base, because that's what it's all about, whether it's a base hit, getting hit by pitch, taking a walk, the active streak right now, Travis leads. Abreu, Pagan, Zunino. But you know what, though? Growing pains is part of sports, whether it's basketball, football, hockey. Well, in baseball, you like the aggression of Travis Jankowski, taking the extra base possibly, but you got to pick your spots. And with the way this team is going right now, being out of the race, I think it's good to learn now, Dick, and be extra aggressive and learn on the job, quite frankly. These youngsters are doing like Travis Jankowski.
All right, and coming up with only 5 weeks to go in the season, how about the Padres rotation? We'll hear the exact news from Julie Alexandria when we return.
Welcome back to Petco. Padres and Cubs about to get underway. Here's our pitching matchup. Kyle Hendricks going on the mound for the Cubs against Paul Clemens taking the ball for the Padres. Well, the future is a bit uncertain for last night's starter Christian Friedrich, as it is unclear whether he will remain a part of the starting rotation or be moved to the bullpen in a relief role. He's effectively thrown 99 innings, and pitching coach Darren Balsley sees in his future about an innings limit of 130. So that leaves up to chance where he will end up. Here's Christian Friedrich after the game.
Health is a concern, and I understand where they're coming from. It'd definitely be hard to swallow not playing, knowing you're not hurt. So I'm just going to keep trying to convince him to keep letting me throw as long as I can.
A lot of possibilities on the table. One, keep starting. Two, maybe skipping this turn through and let him come back on the next turn. Try to limit his innings that way because got so many off days coming up. Or three, just remove him and put him in the bullpen. I think all three of those options are on the table, and I think we're going to sit down and talk about them.
One of the biggest factors affecting Christian Friedrich's future here with the Padres would be the impending return of Tyson Ross, who is set to make a rehab start on Thursday. Coming up, the Padres taking on the Cubs for the series finale. They are taking it way back on a Wednesday.
Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. By Buick. By Petco, your complete pet store. And by Smart Center of San Diego, home of the 2016 redesigned Smart 4.2, the ultimate city car. Another beautiful day in our fine city as the Padres take the field with right-hander Paul Clemens on the mound today against the first place 80-win Chicago Cubs, who have won the first two games of the series 5-1 and 5-3. And here's the Cubs lineup of Joe Madden, brought to you by Hyundai. He's mixed things up a little bit today. Dexter Fowler still the leadoff man. Chris Bryant moves to first base but hits second. Ben Zobrist will bat third. Jorge Soler is in left field as Rizzo gets a day off. Addison Russell, home runs in each of the first two games of the series, bats fifth. And Jason Hayward, Javier Baez at third base. The catcher is Wilson Contreras and Kyle Hendricks on the mound.
And on the hill for the Padres, 28-year-old making his 6th start. Paul Clemens. He's got to be efficient with his pitches. Darren Ballsy said before the game he needs quick outs early, maybe take him into the 6th or the 7th, and he's been working on his changeup his last bullpen session, so look for the cambio on this beautiful, gorgeous day at Petco Park on this Wednesday.
And let's check the defensive alignment for the Padres, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Dickerson in left, Jankowski in center, and Will Myers in right field today. On the infield, the two S-men on the left side, Solarte at third and Sardinas at shortstop, friends for a long time from Venezuela. Schimpf at second and Brett Wallace on the bag at first. Derek Norris, after a couple of nights off, is behind the plate for Paul Clemens. And let's check our keys to the game today, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, my first key, hopefully I get a good grade on this final game.
I'm hoping you do too.
Yeah, I've studied hard. Execute situational hitting. There's been times when runners in scoring position couldn't get him over, couldn't get him in, got picked off. Sometimes got to get those runners in.
Hit a homer and you ace the test, you know.
Hit a homer and you know what? Good chance that the Padres are going to win a ball game.
Clemens, 28 years of age. He pitched for Miami against the Cubs earlier this year and gave up a home run to Addison Russell. Andy Green and the Padres trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game series and then take a 3-3 split on the season series. They won 2 out of 3 in Chicago. Fowler settles in. Clemens has a sign, and our first pitch today is high, ball 1. Fowler, one of the many reasons the Cubs are a complete team. As a leadoff man, .391 is on base percentage. That's number 7 National League. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Shift on for Fowler. Plate umpire is Mark Ripperger. Joe West, the crew chief, at first, with Kerwin Danley and Nick Lentz on second and third.
I think a big key also for Clemens is that curveball. Can he get it over effectively early in the count? Oh,
that's a beauty.
That was a yacker. That was a good one.
Let me introduce you to Uncle Charlie.
Yeah,
huh?
left him on the pass list today. It's worth another look. Look at the rotation from nose to toes.
With 2 strikes on Fowler, the Padre infield will change. Solarte was on the third base side in the shift, goes on the second base, and Sardinas now at shortstop.
Yeah, more of a defensive swing, I would imagine, and more range now on that left side.
That's exactly the reason, and everything is so calculated by Andy Green.
Have you ever walked in his office, Dick, and looked on his desk? He's got all these charts. They're like color-coded.
No wonder he was an academic All-America.
It's unbelievable.
Talk about taking the test.
And it's not overload because he wants to know every certain situation between every matchup.
2-2, lined over the shift and into the right field corner. Dug out of the corner by Myers, but Fowler cruises into second with a leadoff double.
Well, that's the danger of throwing a curveball to a lefty, as you see there. It doesn't mean you can't throw him a curveball, but if it catches too much of the plate, it speeds up his bat. And Fowler drifts a little bit, but he keeps his hands back and sends it down the right field line for extra bases. That's a pitch you either have to bounce or get it near the back foot of the left-handed hitter.
Myers playing those tough caroms in right field nicely there, but couldn't stop Fowler from stand-up double. Chris Bryant, 5 home runs the last 6 games. He's now tied with Nolan Arenado with 33 on the season. Top average for the Cubs at 300. And takes strike 1. Shift works the other way with only Brett Wallace on the right side. One thing about the Padres shift, they can't put somebody in the left field bleachers. And Bryant has hit one there each of the first 2 games. And he hits this one deep to left center field. Goodness! Out goes Jankowski. It's off the wall. Fowler had to hold, and Bryant into second with a double. Fowler moves to third. Just missed a home run in 3 straight games. So back-to-back doubles to open the game for the Cubs.
Well, it could work out to the Padres' advantage. As you mentioned, Dick, Fowler's got to hold up. This is a curveball. Does he get out in front of him a little bit too much? Maybe down towards the end of the bat. It's elevated up. A mistake.
Off the bat, I thought that was gone, but it reaches only the boards in left center. So second and third with no one out, and no Anthony Rizzo today, at least in the starting lineup. Hitting third is Ben Zobrist. Brings in that 282 average. And he's knocked in 64. Switch hitter. Walks a lot. Infield back. And this one fouled back near us. That's about as close as one has come to us in months, huh?
Don't get many up here.
If you were quick at all, you'd have been out the back door, go down the aisleway, go into that booth 2 over. Zobrist hits 269 left-handed, right-handed 312. Up high, 1-1. Clemens made his major league debut 3 years ago with Houston. He went 4-4. He was originally drafted by Atlanta and eventually found his way to Miami. Released this year, July 1st. Padres picked him up on waivers. Fowler with the double, now at third. Bryant with a 2-bagger at second. Two and one to Zobrist. Line drive right center field. Is this another double? It's going to score 2, that's for sure. Fowler and Bryant have scored. To second and making the turn is Zobrist. And it's a late relay and a high relay, and Clemens able to back up. But into third goes Zobrist with a triple, and first 3 men to face Clemens today. The Cubs flexing their muscles early, double, triple.
Well, the hits prior to Zobrist were breaking balls. This one is a fastball, and Zobrist out in front of it. Another mistake, and him pulling the baseball also tells you that it's a mistake. He was on that heater.
So the Cubs, who have drawn first blood in the first 2 games of the series, and the frightening part of this opening today is the fact when they score first this year, they're 56-14. So Zobrist at third, no one out. Padre infield will play halfway.
Yeah, he's got to make an adjustment. He's got to throw through the shoe tops of the catcher, get the pitches down in the zone, work for a grounder.
Soler hits it high in the air. Left center, Jankowski shading his eyes, makes the catch, tagging and scoring easily will be Zobrist. It's 3-0. Sac fly to Soler. And time now for the top tier player profile, brought to you by Arco, and it features the man climbing into the batter's box at the moment, shortstop Addison Russell. In the last 6 games, 9 hits, 5 of them home runs. And in fact, he's hit 5 homers in the last 5 games. This brilliant 22-year-old shortstop, and not just an outstanding hitter, a terrific defensive player. More RBIs than any shortstop in the National League. Takes a curveball strike. 82 runs batted in. He's going to knock in 100 runs this year on the lineup that often the bases are empty, as they are now.
Yeah, a lot of RBI opportunities and coming through.
Homered on Monday night, homered last night.
Another fastball, and these hitters in the Cubs lineup, even the Padres lineup, they get a mistake, they're going to make you pay. We've seen that in this series. Just the Padre pitchers just have not consistently hit their spots.
Home run and a sac fly on Monday night. Home run and a double last night. Well, look at this. There's no one close to the Cubs in run differential. They score more runs and the opponents don't get many. Look how far Washington is behind for second place. 80 runs behind. And that's extraordinary. 2-2 to Russell. And he's caught looking. That's the second out here in the first inning.
Well, let's check out if Paul Clemens can make an adjustment. He works soft. First 2 pitches, really getting him out in front. Another breaking ball. There's the one fastball. Maybe he's going to throw up there, see if he's going to bite, and then he finishes him off with a curveball. Got a call there, but he'll take it.
Jason Hayward. Goodness, if his bat awakens, then the Cubs, it would be ridiculous what this lineup can do. He's hitting just .225, and he'd be ranked as the one disappointment in all the player moves made by the Cubs. They've been just impeccably successful in selecting talent to build this team. Foul back toward us, and just a little shy. They paid a lot of money to acquire Hayward as a free agent and signed him to a long-term deal. 3-time Gold Glove winner and National League All-Star. He was a runner-up as a rookie with Atlanta. Breaking ball misses. 8-year Major League contract he signed last December with Chicago. I mean, he was in considerable demand throughout the major leagues, and the Cubs acquiring him but not having a great season. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
And when that contract went down, the main focus was all his saving runs, his defense. And I'll tell you what, that's breaking the mold when you shell out that many dollars for a guy for his defense.
That ball hit in the air to left center, and Jankowski and Dickerson. It's Dickerson in the gap to make the catch. But the damage done. Double, triple, sac fly, 3-0 Cubs.
Do a lot of different work trying to predict where the ball is going to be hit, and if he's going to play, I try to put him where the most action is going to be. Javi. Sometimes I can't always work it that way, but when we can, I try to do that. And then, of course, a big part of it is that none of them care where they play. They don't scoff or get upset. Okay, I'm a third baseman, I'm a second baseman, I'm a shortstop. Because KB likes going in the outfield on occasion too. I think it almost gives him a rest. So the fact that they're all good at all these different spots, and the fact that they don't get annoyed by it, makes it somewhat easier.
Well, Joe Madden gets to get a little creative with his players, and one of the factors in there that he didn't mention but that we talked about off camera is the level of trust that he has not only in his players but also that the players have in each other. His method of coaching, his laid-back sort of untraditional method, as you would call it, it only works because of the level of trust. He says the fact that I can trust them means that I can let them do their thing, and if they prove that on the field that it's not working, then I take it back.
Well, he's a mad scientist of sorts. And to follow his point, Julie, about Baez, now he's at third base. Baez today, he's figuring more balls will be hit toward third. Hendricks is not a velocity pitcher. More balls might be pulled. Jankowski 2-1. And so Baez at third, and Bryant goes over to first base. I'm waiting for the time where Madden puts a left-handed thrower at third base.
Hey, or a
guard the line
right.
with your glove.
You're right.
2-1. And a swing and a miss by Jankowski, trying to extend his reaching base safely to 23 games.
So we've seen Chris Bryant all over the diamond as well. Left field, third base, first base. And that was one of the points we made earlier in this series. That's what makes him so valuable.
Jankowski at 2-2 against Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks, the right-hander, 11-7. His ERA is the best in all of the major leagues, 2.16. Reaches out and punches it fair. Jankowski takes a big turn. It could be a close play at second base, and he slides in there. He's got his uniform dirty in the first 5 minutes. That's a good sign. And the on-base safely streak reaches 23 consecutive games.
Now that's the Travis Jankowski we know and love, taking the ball the other way, going down and getting it. Head is down, barrel is out, and it just clips the umpire.
That's 2 for 2.
Absolutely. Last night, Joe West got it just beyond second base. Today, Nick Lentz down the third base line.
Gonna have to wear hockey pads, those umpires. Right fielder Will Myers.
Got to get at least 2 runs this inning here.
To get any runs has been a chore against Hendricks, who throws a strike with the fastball at 90.
And this is one of my keys to the game. Execute situational hitting.
At least get him to third with 1 out. The Padres have to score on an out. That's okay early. They've got to make up an early 3-run deficit. Strike 2 taken.
That movement. We saw the movement from Jake Arrieta last night. Hendricks doesn't throw as hard, but very effective and tremendous movement in the strike zone.
High school at Capistrano Valley and a collegiate at Dartmouth, an Ivy Leaguer, Kyle Hendricks. Down at the ankles. That's that old line. Make him move his feet. Now they got to reset themselves in the batter's box. Solarte next.
And he will bring back that 2-seamer after going down and in like that. Bring back the 2-seamer on the outside part of the plate. He just opens up so many avenues right here.
Jankowski, a safe lead at second. And that ball low, 2-2.
Looked like a changeup at 81.
Well, Hendricks has been almost unbeatable at home, 8-1, and an ERA of 1.31 at Wrigley. On the road, he's 3-6. So there's some hope for the Padres. And Myers goes down swinging. He is number 8 in the National League in most strikeouts. Padres lineup today is brought to you by Toyota. We've already seen Jankowski and Myers. Next up is Jan Solarte, leading average at just 282. Then Alex Dickerson hitting cleanup in front of Ryan Schimpf. Brett Wallace at first base, bats 6th in front of Derek Norris back in the lineup. Luis Sardinas, and then the pitcher Paul Clemens. Myers unable to get the ball in play and move Jankowski over to third, and Solarte a swing and a miss.
Hendricks breaking out the curveball right there early to Solarte. And remember, we saw just Contreras just fake a throw down to second base. Secondary lead is fine, but you got to bust your tail back to the bag if the ball is not put in play.
Boy, went after that changeup way outside. 0-2. Well, of the 30 teams, the Padres unfortunately have struck out more than all of them except one. And you just can't score runs when you don't put it in play. Chop to first, and Bryant with an easy play for the out. 2 gone. Jankowski moving to third.
Well, the right-hander, Kyle Hendricks, we've talked a lot about him. What makes him so effective? Well, he's a pitch maker. He can pretty much throw any pitch where he wants it, and that's why he is successful. The pinpoint control. Just goes to show you, folks, 88, 98. You have to know where to throw it in order to be successful.
Another example of how the Cubs put this outstanding team together. They acquired him from Texas in July 2012 in the deal that sent Ryan Dempster to the Rangers. And guess who got the better of that deal? Alex Dickerson. Chance to add to his 27 RBIs. Jankowski at third. Inside, 2-0.
Already we've seen 3 fastballs. The 2-seamer, we've seen the 4-seamer to strike out Will Myers, and now we just saw a little cut fastball into Dickerson.
Outside 3-0. Contreras came out of his crutch there and looked at Jankowski.
Yeah.
And he's got to be a little nervous. Jankowski was picked off last night, but third baseman Baez is so far off the line he can take a bigger lead. Bryant slipped in behind him last night and they picked him off. 3-1 now to Dickerson. So he can be selective on this pitch and try to get his teammate Jankowski home. Three and 2. Threw him off speed breaking ball. Reaches out, lifts a high pop fly into shallow center. And Russell is out there to collect it, and the Padres unable to take advantage of Jankowski's leadoff double.
The second, Aztec football returns tomorrow on Fox Sports San Diego when NFL Hall of Famer and SDSU alum Marshall Faulk hits the field with Donnell Pumphrey to talk about the season, breaking records, and life in the NFL. Aztec football with Rocky Long. It returns tomorrow at 9 p.m. right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
All right, thank you, Mark Grant. I'm excited about the Aztecs this football year. Javier Baez leads off the second for the Cubs and tries to lay a bunt down, and it's foul. Baez, then Contreras, the catcher, and pitcher Hendricks against Paul Clemens. Baez a solid season, 276, 13 homers. And just the way Joe Madden talked about him, putting him where he expects the most ground balls, either at third or second, tells you that high confidence in this young player. Off speed, way out in front.
You know, the majority of guys, I would say 99% of the guys out there wearing a big league uniform, they're going to agree with their manager. And, you know, if they've got a uniform, they're in the lineup, they're going to try to help a ball club win no matter where they play. Second base, shortstop, center field. But that's part of the plus for any manager is to have a player know his role.
But you have to have a player who is so skilled that he can play those different positions. You know, some players can only play one spot. But he's got a team that apparently you could mix and match him and pull him out of a hat and get your lineup set, and they'd all play well there. Ripped into the hole and through. Baez, a leadoff single. Dickerson gets it in. Baez, a big turn. Fourth hit for the Cubs. First non-extra base hit. Wilson Contreras is next.
Take a look at this curve. It's just catching too much of the plate. An adjustment has to be made. The majority of the hits today or tonight, last night in this series have been too good of pitches over the heart of the plate.
And that curveball, while it's sharp, if you don't get it to break low, knees or lower, it's going to hang in the middle of the plate as that one did, and hitting it off a tee. Contreras at 270 and takes a strike.
And that's where Paul Clemens needs to live, down there. Strike one at the knees and work it in and out. Move it in, move it out.
This year, this rookie against Pittsburgh, the first pitch that he saw as a pinch hitter, he homered.
Nice. Ooh.
Didn't get the call, 1-1. I like that. Nice. Ooh.
Yeah, pretty good pitch, huh?
Rather than ooh, nice. I mean, you kind of can read into what you're thinking.
Now, if he goes down there again, and chances are he's going to get that call.
Another nice crowd. Of course, there's a lot of blue and red here. Cubs fans coming out in droves as they have the first two nights. 33,000 last night, 31,000 on Monday. There goes the runner, and the line drive. That's going to be a double play. Sardinia is taking his time before throwing to first, and Baez, confused by it all. What happened there? Line drive, double play, 6-3.
The leg was up, he was off and running, and nothing you could do there. And that's a big old hang with him.
That's about as easy as it gets once the ball was caught. Kyle Hendricks has 5 hits on the season, a couple of RBIs, all 5 hits singles. There's his career record. 1-0-2.
Clemens up to 95 with that two-seam fastball. It's a good sign. Just needs to locate it.
Breaking ball in there, strike 3. Second strikeout for Clemens. We go to the bottom of the second. The Cubs leading 3-0. The tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Well, in this series, we've seen some good defense of the Chicago Cubs, good range, good plays. Addison Russell at shortstop actually caught that ball behind him for the old 6-3 play. Nothing you could do there, Will Myers. And Jake Arrieta, even though he throws the ball extremely well, how about his catcher, Contreras, picking off Jankowski. And then Baez yesterday at second base. That was a nice double play all the way around. Now, the Cubs defensively, they're pretty much in the middle of the pack as far as errors are concerned. I mean, errors are errors. Give me a team that has range, that can get to a baseball, and I'll take the errors because chances are they're going to make the plays.
That's an excellent point. Sometimes the errors come because you have such great range.
Right.
You get to balls that other players wouldn't get to.
Sure.
And when you add it all up, the offense of this team, the great pitching of this team, solid defense, you see the numbers, and they're 80 and 45. You know, 80 wins in 125 games. It's the fastest the Cubs have gotten to 80. Get this, since 1929. 87 years since they've started this well. Schimpf's high drive is off the wall in right center field, and Ryan Schimpf's going for 3. Here comes the relay to third, and he's in there with a triple. Well, the Padres threatened. They had the leadoff double in the first. Jankowski unable to get him around. Now they've got Schimpf at third with no one out in the second.
Well, cut fastball that's left up a little bit. Kind of leaked also. Kind of backed up on him. Well, you know, after looking at that, I think Jason Hayward kind of pointed at his eyes as if he didn't really get a good read on that one, because after Ryan went into third base, we took a shot at him and he kind of gave the old, you know, I'm looking at you, kind of 2 fingers in the eyes. So, hey, after all said and done, that's a triple for Ryan Schimpf.
I'll swear to that. Brett Wallace up. We're playing around a little bit with Schimpf's name in German. Our partner here, Mark Grant, always studying, loves language. Multilingual, he hides it well. And he was checking out his German lesson last night. And
Yes.
Schimpf means what?
Well, there was a tweet out yesterday about Ryan Schimpf, and in Germany, there's a hotline where Germans can call after a hard day at work and blow off some steam and air out the person on the other line. It's called the Schimpf loss hotline.
High fly ball. Wallace just should get the run home. Deep in center is Fowler. Schimpf will score, and anything against Hendricks is a plus. It's 3-1. Wallace with his 19th RBI. And so, if you want to swear into a phone, get off the hot steam anxiety, you Schimpf. We felt like that a few times.
Hey, the boss giving you a hard time at work.
Yeah.
The wife can't seem to stop nagging you when you get home.
You what? If you don't stop that, I'm going to Schimpf.
It's called Schimpf loss. Swear away. Have at it.
Oh my.
Achtung.
Ach du lieber. 3-1 now, and Norris hits one high in the air to left field. Padres are just missing. That ball by Wallace was deep, and now coming back in to make the catch is Soler for the second out. Yeah, we've neglected to show you the Cubs defense, but here's a good time. Soler in left, Fowler in center. Hayward in right field for the Cubbies. On the infield, Baez, who's played second base, is over at third today with Russell at short, Zobrist at second, and Chris Bryant at first base.
Hey, I want to be bipartisan. Hey, is your husband giving you a hard time and nagging you all the time? Ladies, free to call.
Yeah. That's
air it out.
You can Schimpf too.
Yeah.
Now, don't be encouraging ladies to do that. Luis Sardinez, 1 for 4 as a Padre, the switch hitter.
Operators are standing by 24/7. We don't judge people who are angry. It happens. It's natural. With us, you can blow off steam, no strings attached.
Only the Germans, huh? I've got a couple of German friends.
Hey, you brought me 2.
When they're happy, they seem angry.
We are having fun, and you better start smiling more.
Ground ball right side, bobbled, but Zobrist can't pick it up on the second grab. And Sardinius is on with an error to Zobrist. A tough chance. Now there's a good point. Goes back to your point about the range of the infielders. He got to a ball, and some second baseman wouldn't, and that'd be a clean single to right.
Yeah, and Ben Zobrist would be the first one to say, this is a play I should have made once, twice. Ain't going to happen the third time. Let's see if the Padres can do something to get a free out here.
Well, at least it gets Clemens, the pitcher, out of the way, and regardless of what he does, moves the lineup along.
Yeah, you never know. Swing hard, put the ball in play, you might find a hole.
0 for 10 on the season is Clemens. Strike 2.
Well, the selection 2016. Talk about pitches for Kyle Hendricks. He's got that cut fastball, the two-seamer, and the changeup coming in second place.
Over but low as judged by Ripperger, the plate umpire. 1-2.
Fewer curveballs from the right-hander.
Outside target by Contreras. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But the Padres get a run. Schimpf with a triple, and Brett Wallace brings them in with a sac fly. It's 3-1.
I was young, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I went to college, is to kind of grow up a little bit, you know, be more, you know, mature as a person, learn how to do things off the field, and my 3 years there have prepared me, you know, way beyond that I could have ever thought they would.
Well, Kris Bryant was playing to what was proverbially a hometown crowd. The USD alum had the entire USD Alumni Association was on top of the Estrella Landing last night. They had a ton of fans there. They called themselves the Kris Bryant Fan Club. And of course, his friends and family also in attendance as well from Las Vegas. And guys, you had a chance to talk to his college coach.
Oh, he's still excited. Of course, I think Rich Hill takes Mark Grant pills. I mean, he just couldn't sit still. He was so excited.
He's unbelievable. If you've ever heard Coach Hill speak, you know what I'm talking about. And if you ever get the chance to hear him speak, please go.
A little fiery, is he?
And witness. Yes, absolutely. He's one of those coaches where, you know, he'll light a fire under you, and you'll end up running through a brick wall for the guy.
And you're just the bat boy.
Yeah, exactly.
3-1, the Cubs lead. Padres carved off a run in that lead, and here's Dexter Fowler. Opened the game with a double into the right field corner. 2-1 the count to Fowler, with Bryant, who doubled after Fowler's two-base hit. And then Zobrist brought them in, both of them on a triple, and Zobrist scored on Soler's sac fly in the first inning, and a quick 3-0 lead for the Cubs. 3-1.
You know, we talk about the offense of the Cubs. Okay, that's fine and dandy. We talk about their record, but they can be pitched to. I've talked to Doug Bachler, the bullpen coach, Darren Balsley, the scouting reports. These guys are prepared. They know how to pitch them. They just have to execute. And that just hasn't been the case this series. You know, prior to this series, in the limited at bats, the Padres pitching staff this year have pitched pretty well to Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant, right around 200 or below. And you make a few mistakes, they're gonna penalize you.
Yeah, they won that day-night doubleheader at Wrigley earlier this year. That really stunned the Cubs at the time. Rizzo available as a pinch hitter today. Foul tip.
You know, it's unbelievable. Speaking of Anthony Rizzo, when he was traded from the Padres to the Cubs, there was only one guy presently on the Cubs as we speak that was on the team when Anthony was traded to the Cubs.
The entire roster?
The entire roster, one guy.
Pitching included?
Travis Wood.
My goodness.
Everybody else was not on the team.
Now that's rebuilding or building a championship model. And taking strike 3 is Fowler. He doesn't believe it. He was on his way to first base. Third strikeout for Clemens. All called.
Well, let's take a look. Now, you know what I'm going to say. I mean, I don't think that's too high. It's just above the belt buckle. Now, if the umpire is consistent with that call, you can't argue.
So 1 away, and Chris Bryant, the batter. Doubled off the base of the left field wall in the first inning and scored his 103rd run. He leads the National League with 103, way ahead of all the rest of the field. Daniel Murphy of the Nationals leads in slugging percentage, but Bryant is second in the National League.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dick. Here's how I would pitch Chris Bryant as he steps in the box. I'm going to throw him change-ups down here on the corners, change-ups. Remember the first at-bat against James Shields' debut? He just owned him on change-ups. I'm going to try to dot with fastballs down and away here, and sliders maybe coming in this way and then down and away if I get 2 strikes on him. If I'm going to pitch him up in the zone, I'm going to go up and out of the zone by design, up around the bill of the cap.
There's a pitch. He chases low, 1-2.
Now, that was a good 2-seamer at 93. Tremendous movement. See him getting extended on that one in the late break, and Chris way out in front of it.
Padres employed the shift on the left side. Breaking ball away, 2-2. Bryant this year with 30 doubles, his 30th today, 1 triple, 33 home runs. That'll get your slugging percentage up there in the elite. 24 years young. Outside, full count. He's really grown in his bat discipline since we first saw him. Looked like he would chase some pitches. He does strike out quite a bit, more than any Cubs, but
so with the count full, what is he going to do? 2-seamer away, curveball.
And he got him.
Nice.
4 strikeouts for Clemens.
A beautiful curveball, right where he wanted it. Get it up there, get it out there, and spin it. Starts at the shoulders, way out in front of it. The front side is exposed, opened up, and ends up on the outer third for the punchy.
That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Paul Clemens. He got Hendricks to close out the second, and now Fowler and Bryant here in the third. Ben Zobrist tripled in 2 his first time. Shift on for him. Breaking ball just below the strike zone. That's a strike. Zobrist 8 years in Tampa Bay, and last year in Oakland and Kansas City. Pulls it. Wallace there at first base with the unassisted putout, and Clemens with a 3-up, 3-down third inning. It's 3-1 Chicago. Go presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Sequan Casino. Sign up for the new Padres Club Card today. By Jack in the Box. Try his new Smoky Jack. Taste it before it's gone. And by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today.
Isn't that a beautiful shot, Dick?
Oh, my.
That's great.
Yeah, you see that new high rise, some of the construction just off the first base side of Petco Park. High rise going up as the Padres, trailing 3-1, will hit from the top of the order here in the third. Jankowski, Myers, and Solarte. 23 straight games now for Jankowski, the longest consecutive on base run, and he lines this one sharply to left field. He's on base again, leading off an inning, and that's been his strength all season long. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the third.
Well, last week I had a nice conversation with Travis, and he said his swing was getting a little loopy. See how he kind of stays more level on his swing? Sure, it's still a little bit working underneath it and coming up, almost like an uppercut, but not a big loop like he had maybe a week or two ago. Alan Zinter, who is always in the ear of his hitters, bring a smile to his face after that at-bat.
Brings up Will Myers. Struck out the first time. Tying run at the plate. Well, Jankowski, when leading off an inning this year, has hit .333 with 17 walks. And he's 2 for 2 today. Number 4 in the National League in stolen bases. He attracts a lot of attention when he reaches safely with those 28 steals, most of any major league rookie. Infield squared away in double play position. A foul back. Here in August, and we've seen 2 of the starters. The Cubs starters in this month of August, 21 games they've started. Their record 14-1. How good is that? And the ERA 1.78. So the Padres have a run already and a chance for more here in the third. High strike, 0-2. This month, there's the 1 loss. The ERA. Opposing hitters batting collectively 183 all month. The opposition has hit only 183.
Yeah, they're scoring runs, so it gives the pitching staff some wiggle room to make some mistakes, but not a lot of mistakes by that ERA. That's for sure.
Contreras, who picked off Jankowski at third last night, a snap throw down. Jankowski wary of that play. Lesson learned. A ball, 2 strikes. Lifted foul.
You know what else I thought was ironic? 21. You know, the Cubs going in today's game, 80 wins. You said it was the quickest that the franchise has got since 1929. 21 games before the All-Star break. They went 6-15, and they're still at 80 wins at this point in the season.
Leading St. Louis by 13.5 games in the Central. Another foul.
6-15.
Now every good team, every bad team has a losing run, and every bad team has a winning run. And certainly the Cubs have certainly had more than that since the All-Star game. Their last 38 games, they're only 28-10. Wow. There's a line drive right center field. That's slicing away from Fowler, and it's going to go through. Rounding second and to third, Jankowski. He's going to score, and Myers is going to try for 3. Here comes the throw. He's in there. It's 3-2. Now leading off the third, Jankowski a single and Myers an RBI triple.
Oh, what a great battle by Will Myers, and that's the Will Myers we know. Look at it, really wasn't the best swing, but it's a cutter, it's up, and he's so strong. He gets that bat going, he gets those arms extended, splits the right center field gap for the triple. Once again, a mistake by Hendricks. Jankowski, he's going to score easily.
He read that perfectly. He knew it was through the gap in right center. The third triple of the year from Myers. That's more than any Padre. And with no one out, a chance to tie it up right here. Solarte grounded to first his first time. The infield playing back up the middle. Anything by the pitcher Hendricks, and he'll level the score. Pops it up. Third baseman Baez shading his eyes. One away. Solarte in a little slump of late. He's now 2 for the last 17. After being the leading hitter for the Padres almost all season long in average. Alex Dickerson then. He popped up his first time. Now the infield with 1 out is going to come in. .270 average as a rookie. That's good enough to have his name in the top 5. And another pop-up. Goodness gracious. Baez right on the bag. 2 away. Andy Green wondering if his hitters are giving themselves a chance. First ball hunting and a couple of pop flies. Okay, Schimpf tripled. How about that? The Padres with a couple of triples in the first 3 innings today. He scored the first run. For right one.
You notice what Hendricks has done here after that triple? First pitch off speed changeup. Solarte popped him up. First pitch changeup to Dickerson, popped him up. First pitch here, curveball, going soft early in the count. These guys are hunting fastballs, so he's pulling the string on them, pitching backwards, so to speak.
Outside, 1-1.
Another changeup.
Yeah, it comes down this game, and there are a lot of elements, and it makes it so beautiful because of that. But it ultimately is just this: pitcher versus batter, batter versus pitcher. And there's a lot of thought process going through at both ends of that duel. Remembering what worked against a certain hitter, a hitter remembering a pattern that a pitcher might use. 2-1 to Schimpf. Tying run 90 feet away, Myers. inside. 3-1.
Well, walking him wouldn't be the worst fate. Now you have a force at second base if in fact you do walk Ryan Schimpf, with Brett Wallace waiting on deck.
Wallace knocked in the first Padre run with a sac fly. 3-1. And an excuse me swing there. That might have been ball 4.
He just threw 2-1 changeup, 3-1 changeup to go to full.
So as a hitter, you got to be thinking, he wouldn't dare throw me another off-speed pitch, would he?
Let's check. Curveball, changeup, fastball in. Two-seamer's going to try to bring it back. Yep.
Strike 3 called. Boy, that's a tough call. Looked out of the strike zone, and that's it for Schimpf. But the Padres do get a run, but with no one out, can't get the tying run home. Single Jankowski, triple Myers. And after 3 here at Petco Park, it's the Cubs 3, Padres 2. It's 3-2, each team with 4 hits as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Middle 3, and Joe Madden's order: Soler, Russell, and Hayward against Paul Clemens, who has struck out 4 so far and recovered from a bad opening inning as the Cubs' first 3 hitters double, triple. Soler knocked in the 3rd run in that first inning with a sac fly. It's a tough call on the strikeout of Ryan Schimpf to end the inning. You don't see, barely do you get the call strike when it's in the strike zone high. When it's out of the strike zone high, that's surprising. Out of play. That one going into the media center, Jerry Coleman press box area. Two and 1 to Soler. Lines that, slicing into the right field corner, and that ball is 1 hop against the boards. Soler on his way to second and has a double. Good throw by Myers in right field, made it close. Another extra base hit for the Cubs.
Well, Soler does a nice job of going the opposite way. That's a fastball away. Rather than trying to pull that ball, just shortens up, and the strength of the kid, he drives it. Foot just getting a little turn on the top toe, front toe. Not even a leg kick. Plays right in front of him, and Will Myers plays this one pretty nicely. Good, accurate throw.
Shows you the depth and strength of this Cubs team and why they do have the winningest record in baseball. Soler doesn't get a chance to even play the first 2 games. I mean, he'd be hitting in the middle of the lineup of a lot of teams in the National League. Finally gets a chance to play, and he's got a sac fly and a double. Addison Russell took a 3rd strike the first time. See if he tries to go to right field. It's not his style. He likes to pull the ball. The man at second, no shift. Sardinas is on the outfield grass in the hole at short. There you go.
Just made her day better going home with a big league baseball.
I think a baseball brings a better smile than a diamond, don't you think?
Yeah.
I should have thought of that. Get down on your knee and propose and reach into your pocket, and here's your baseball,
Yeah.
honey. Huh? Oh, I'll love you forever.
I can imagine just like an engagement ring.
Yeah.
Here you go, honey.
You know what? I have a pair of cufflinks made out of an actual baseball, and it's
I
got
know.
the seams and everything. They're
You
nice.
gave me,
oh, yeah, I gave you a pair of those. You never wear them. I guess
wear
you
them
don't
all
like
the time.
them. Oh, you do?
When I wear my French cuffs.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Those are really nice.
And down goes Addison Russell for the 2nd time. 5 strikeouts now for Clemens.
Oh, it's worth another look. Is it two-seamer? You bet. Down and in. Can't square that one up. That one's either going to go off the top of your foot or in the Cubs dugout, or the end result, the swing and a miss.
That keeps Soler at second base with 1 out, and here's Jason Hayward flying to left his first time. Breaking ball high. Not much higher than the strikeout Ryan Schimpf. 3-2, the Cubs lead it. They go to Dodger Stadium for the weekend at 3 games. They started their road trip at Colorado and were smacked by the Rockies a couple of times. Shaking their heads. You mean somebody can actually take a series from us? The Rockies did, 2 out of 3. Now they've won 2 here in San Diego before going up to LA. Padres then have the bags packed after the game today, fly to Miami. Off day in Miami tomorrow. Play the Marlins 3, then to Atlanta for 3, and they'll close out at Dodger Stadium next weekend for 3. 91 inside. And it looks like Padres are going to face their former teammate Andrew Kashner on Sunday. At least that's how it lines up. Perdomo against Kashner on Sunday. More on that later. 2-0 to Hayward. High fly ball, right field. Myers making the catch, moving forward so that he can throw to third. And look at that throw. 1 hop right on the money. And he's safe, but that was a very close play. Myers throwing almost from the warning path. A 1 hop beauty for a man that's been playing first base all year. That's quite a toss. Played it perfectly, moving forward. Look at this.
That was beautiful. 2 great throws we've seen from Will Myers.
Well, Solarte keeps that tag on Soler. He might have. No, he maintained contact all the way. So 2 outs. There's the case where Russell unable to move his man over to third. That certainly would have scored him. Baez singled to left his first time. Get out of this inning and holding the Cubs in check. They want to negate the run scored by the Padres in the last inning. Good breaking ball.
Oh, Paul Clemens has gotten the feel for that number 2. That's for sure. Started last inning.
The Lewisburg College Hurricane out there on the hill. Another breaking ball, doesn't get the call. 1-1. Another curveball. 1-2.
Hey, throw him another one. Why not? Remember, I mentioned this to you maybe a week or two ago, Dick, but I remember seeing Mark Davis, the lefty, Cy Young Award winner, 1980, throw 13 curveballs in a row. Yacker, 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 yacker. Oh,
got
yeah.
him. 6 strikeouts for Clemens, and he really has his game back in order since the first inning. He strands Soler at second. It's still 3-2 Chicago.
Bottom of the fourth. We got a good one going here at San Diego. And Saturday on FS1, Chris Bryant and these Cubs battle the Dodgers. The action begins Saturday at noon Pacific on FS1, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Cubs, Dodgers, get your baseball fix on Fox.
And then the Padres and Marlins at 3:30 for our Fox Sports San Diego. Padres live the pregame show. Bring back the chicken. I'm all for that.
That's some free-range chicken right there.
Brett Wallace will lead it off in the fourth inning, then Derek Norris and Luis Sardinas. Wallace a sac fly, knocked in the first Padre run, in the second. Modest shift on, and now they're going to exaggerate it more with shortstop Russell moving to the second base side. Clay Hensley is joining us down in the brilliant sunshine near the dugout of the Padres.
Nice. It's nice and a little toasty out here. But
a little breeze, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad. Good weather for some baseball, and we got a pretty good game right in front of us going on.
2-0 to Wallace. Foul tip.
You know, Clay, we've seen Clemens, we've seen Hendricks. Clemens has found the curveball. And it goes to show everybody loves the 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Aroldis Chapman or whoever, but it's fun to see guys like this who can paint and throw the off-speed pitches and make their pitches when they want to, right?
Absolutely. It's a little crafty. I mean, you actually see these guys pitch. You know, it's you see the guys like Ard Wallace we saw last night, comes out firing 100 miles an hour, 101. You know, the guys out here today throwing 89, 91, moving the ball around, changing speeds. This is probably one of the biggest lessons. If you watch these two guys pitch, this is what it takes to get to the big leagues. You know, not everybody's out there is able to throw 100 miles an hour.
And ball 4, a leadoff walk for Brett Wallace. A good sign for the Padres. That's the first free pass given up by Kyle Hendricks. And the tying runs aboard. Well, think about it. Wallace with the best ERA in the entire, Hendricks with the best ERA in the entire major leagues. Padres already with 2 runs. His ERA is 2.16. So good start for San Diego. And here's Derek Norris. Fly to left field his first time.
Oh, Derek got under one last at bat, flew out to left field. Just worked under it a little bit too much for the F7.
And gets the high strike as Contreras, the catcher, drags it down into the strike zone. So the Cubs coming into the game today are 35 games above 500. And the Padres find themselves for the first time this year 20 games below 500. But as we mentioned last night, when you look back at the Cubs record the last few years, this team has come together in a short period of time. It doesn't take 5 years. Just 3 years ago they were a losing team. And it isn't all Joe Madden. High marks for Joe Madden. Everyone loves him. He's innovative. He's off the wall, and he's a good manager. But it isn't just him. This team was put together, and probably other men would have success too. I mean, this is just a terrific team. A lot of talent. You don't win without it.
I think Derek caught a break right there.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Big hole right side. And he got him off speed. 4th strikeout.
Oh, nice changeup from Kyle Hendricks. Righty on righty. You can see it out of the hand. Looks like a fastball and way out in front. Clay Hensley, from your vantage point, what'd you think?
Oh, you could tell he pulled the string on that one, but this is why he's had so much success this season, is because he's throwing that off-speed pitch, that changeup in 3-2 counts. He's able to throw those for strikes, and the hitters when it benefits the hitter.
Yeah, that's the book on him, that the changeup is his big pitch.
It's such a good pitch to learn, and you know, if you're a kid watching the game right now, I mean, here's kind of proof in the pudding. It was a pitch that I started to work with quite a bit after I had my shoulder surgery, and I think it kind of extended the career a little bit for me.
Tell you what, Clay, that's one pitch I wish I would have learned when I was 12.
I totally agree. I think little leaguers shouldn't be throwing big curveballs. So teach them how to throw a changeup and a fastball. That should be enough.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, can you imagine if you have a high school pitcher that can throw a nice changeup and a good fastball, how fast it's going to carry him up through his system?
Yeah, it's a little alarming watching the Little League World Series. These kids snapping off curveball after curveball. And there's Sardinez caught looking, and back-to-back strikeouts. Norris and Sardinez, 2 away in the 4th. And we've been talking about his earned run average. Kyle Hendricks being the best in baseball. And then it's Madison Bumgarner, and you see the big league Hendricks has. Michael Fulmer, the rookie with the Tigers, having a fabulous first year. Noah Syndergaard, and then Jake Arrieta. And not too far behind, if we were to extend that list to 10, you put another Cub in there, John Lister.
Yeah, great arguments for each pitcher shown there. But right now, Hendricks is really locked in.
Paul Clemens struck out the first time. And Hendricks eyeing the possibility of striking out the side here in the 4th.
Well, there's the proof Clay was talking about, the changeup. 31%. Fastball at 63.
Strike 2.
But if you look at the list of pitchers that we just showed on that graphic, I mean, I know for sure three of those 5 have good changeups. I mean, yes, they have good fastballs as well, but a changeup, it's the equalizer.
Yep.
Outside, 1 and 2. 2 outs. Wallace at first base here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Padres trailing 3-2. Foul back. Hey, you're dangerous if you're swinging, huh?
Mm-hmm. That was my philosophy. Swing hard, it just might hit it.
In case you run into one, right?
That's right.
Any extra base hits in your career as a hitter, Clay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have some extra base hits, a home run.
Home run.
A couple stolen bags in the show. Woo. Against this club, actually.
Swing and a miss, and he does strike out the side. We've completed 4 at Petco. Cubs with a 1-run lead. Baseball at beautiful Petco Park in San Diego. The kids are out having a good time, and Paul Clemens showing a major league curveball to the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, early on he was leaving it up in the zone, especially righty on lefty. You speed up the bat, you have to get it down. Then he made the adjustment. See Chris Bryant way out in front of it. Look where it ends up.
Here's the one I like, Mark. Look at that. Look at, not a down, but angles out.
Yep, he could throw it a couple of ways to where it has that angle on the break, and you can really get up on top of it where you have that serious 12-6 curveball. And a pitcher who had a pretty good breaking ball himself, Clay Hensley. You want to elaborate on that, Clay?
Well, I like those pitches right there, especially the last two. But you can see where he was struggling a little bit in the first inning. It was kind of popping out of his hand. You can kind of notice that. The last two where he got Bryant to strike out on as well. You see on the plane that it's coming on, it's almost the same angle as the fastball, and that's when he has his most success. When it starts to overthrow it, or maybe he tries to make it break too much, it pops out a little bit. But when he commits to it, gets on top of it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Clay, because I was taught a long time ago when you throw your curveball, don't cast it. Meaning, if you're going to cast a fishing rod, right, you go up and out. That's what sometimes when you cast your curveball, you leave it up here.
Yeah, you got to act like you're casting like there's a tree right on top of you, you know, stay right there.
Exactly. If the target's down there, throw your curveball to that target.
Ground ball sharply, but Sardinius right there and fires across for the out. Contreras leading off the fifth.
You know, one of the keys to the curveball, though, is you don't fall in love with exactly where the mitt's at. You got to pick an angle.
Here's the one to Chris Bryant that ended up way below the knees right there with the swing and miss.
Well, and if you look at that too, it starts like almost where the top of the mask is. You know, that was always my target when I was throwing a curveball. I try to throw it at the mask because if you look at the mid, it's usually too low.
First pitch strike to Kyle Hendricks, took a third strike as only at bat. And then the leadoff hitter Dexter Fowler for the Cubs here in the fifth. All three runs for Chicago in the first inning from the first four batters. If you're just joining us, Fowler led off the first inning, the game, with a double to right. Bryant doubled to left center. Fowler had to hold, almost caught by Dickerson. And then Ben Zobrist tripled to right center to knock in two, and Jorge Soler, the fourth batter up, brought in Zobrist with a sac fly for the early 3-0 lead. And Hendricks to center, but Jankowski's after it and makes the catch. Oh, it's never a sure thing. And some of the Cubs fans off the bat thought that's going to be a hit for Hendricks. Not with that man patrolling center field.
Yeah, he's shading the right center field gap. All about getting that good jump. You can see look at how far he has to go. I mean, picking him up, putting him down, getting there quickly.
He made it look easy.
That's a good read right there.
Start calling Travis Jankowski Goldilocks.
Oh, no, don't encourage him. Goldie. Fowler fouls it away. You know,
I think he's my favorite Padre now. I've gotten to know him a little bit this year. What a great kid.
Yeah, I think that we ought to call him Thrummy.
Thrummy.
That was, you know, do you have the dictionary app in your
Sure.
thing? When you have a word every day?
Sure.
The word today is Thrummy.
Which means?
Shaggy or tuft. Shaggy or tufted. Yeah, his hair's kind of shaggy and
he's
tufted.
A tough kid. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be meant like long hair at fast.
So Thrummy out there in center field.
Wow.
I'm not sure that he'd be happy with that. I don't think he'd want to be Goldilocks either, frankly.
No, not at all.
0-2 to Fowler. Fly ball off third, out of play. Well, in this bright California, San Diego sunshine, it never gets better. Today's game presented by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. Just so terrific, the clarity in these telecasts. Even the direction's pretty good, you know.
Oh, Michael Odino's the best.
0-2 in the dirt.
In fact, Michael will even let me direct sometimes. Ready for? Take four.
Oh, this guy's dangerous.
Ready five. Take five.
How about a close-up of Hensley?
And ready four. Take four.
Nice. So it's so easy that you can do it. Why are we praising him?
Well, you know who else you have to give praise to? First of all, everybody in that truck.
Of course.
But the guy who sits next to Michael Odino. Michael, help me out. Tommy Canole, is it? Tommy Canole, what's his title? Technical director.
Yeah, they're the guys.
They're the guys pressing the buttons.
And they have to anticipate before the director tells them to take. They're already there, ready. And think about when they're doing. It's how many different cameras do we have here? Somebody help me out for this telecast today.
14.
8 manned, and then how many robot? A few more.
There's Dave Stewart. How many cameras that are robo operated?
Chopped in front of the plate. Our lesson in television will continue right after this. It's 3-2 Cubs. This is interesting, huh? I want to be the director.
Music and take it.
First inning, leading the Padres 3-2. Home half of the 5th inning. Travis Jankowski.
Boy, he's been fun to watch in the leadoff position with every game getting better and better and knowing his role. Taking the ball the opposite way. Not a big loop in the swing, staying on top of it more and just wearing out that left field line. And like any leadoff hitter, the job is to get on base. Hit batsmen, take a walk, hit the ball the opposite way. He ran into one the other day for a home run. But the on-base percentage for Travis Jankowski is starting to creep up there more and more.
Old Thrummy is 3 for 5 against Hendricks in their meetings. 2 for 2 today. And has scored a run.
.362 on-base percentage before this game for Travis. Anywhere above 300, you're doing pretty good. .333 is really good. Anything above that, you're golden.
1-2 now to Jankowski. Line drive right center field. There's a long run for Fowler, and he drags it down. 1 away. Will Myers tripled in a run last time up. That was with no one out. The Padres couldn't get him in as Solarte popped up, Dickerson popped up, and Schimpf was called out on strikes with the tying run 90 feet away. Ground ball to the second baseman. Zobrist over to first, and there's 2 away. Solarte next. He is grounded to first and popped to third. Well, the Padres have had trouble winning in day games, but they won last Sunday. And that also was the final game of a series. That also has been a tough spot for the Padres. Here we are again, final game of a series day play. 40 games, 40 series, and the Padres are 9-31 in the final game of the series. Another high fly ball, center field fouler, can of corn. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres. We've completed 5. That was just a 7-pitch inning. Our Harrah's game summary. The toughest hit in baseball is the triple, but we've had 3 already. Zobrist knocks in 2 in the first inning with his triple. And then Ryan Schimpf triples and scores in the second inning for the Padres to make it 3-1. Scored on Wallace's sac fly. And then Will Myers triples to right center field. And that drives in Jankowski to make it a 3-2 game. That's our Harrah's game summary. So, Hendricks, 2 earned runs. Clemens has pitched very well since the first inning. Zobrist with a triple and knocking in 2, and Myers with his triple driving in a run to make it 3-2.
I was about ready to hit the turntable because I thought there was a scratch in the record. Chris Bryant leads it off here in the 6th inning. Doubled and scored in the first. Struck out the last time. And eyeballs that one just off the corner. And the home run hot zone. Okay, if you're the pitcher, you're looking into Chris Bryant towards the plate, right? Where does he like it? Middle, in.
That's pretty true of almost every hitter, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know what?
Line drive off the glove of second baseman Schimpf. And on again is Bryant, and that's got to be a hit for Bryant, and is so scored. That was too hot to handle.
Yeah, that ball just ate him up.
So you can have the shift, but he hit it that hard, you can get a base knock anyway.
That ball hooking. Ryan trying to backhand it, doing everything he can to pick it, and then with the ball hit that hard, if you do pick it cleanly, you've got plenty of time to throw the runner out. Good effort on a hard hit ball.
Another hit for Bryant. Zobrist, the RBI triple, 2-run triple in the first inning, and grounded to first. His second at bat. Former Tampa Bay Ray. He's the graybeard in the starting lineup for the Cubs. He's 35 now. Yes, he is. Native of Eureka, Illinois. Is that near Joliet?
I got to be honest with you. I don't know where Eureka is.
It's approximately 140 miles southwest of Chicago.
Okay, so that would be probably more towards like Springfield area.
Okay.
Champaign, maybe. Champaign-Urbana.
Home of the University of Illinois.
ILL.
Are they fighting now, or are they non-fighting?
It's been a rough go-around for Chief Alinovic.
Speaking of your hometown Joliet, their team is the Joliet Slammers, as in the prison, right?
Exactly, yeah. Their logo, it's a great logo. It's a jailbird. He's wearing the old school, like, black and white hat that, back in the... It's really cool.
What is that, low A ball, or what is that?
It's independent.
Independent.
Yeah.
Sauget, Illinois, is in the same league as your Joliet Slammers. And the only reason I know that is Brandon Thomas plays for Sauget. And there's a story on the wire. He hit a grand slam in Joliet into the parking lot, like 60 feet. It went so far that it crashed into the windshield of his own truck. And of course, you can imagine the dugout having fun with that. Line drive, left field. Dickerson able to cut it off, and that'll hold the runner Bryant at second base. But a solid single for Zobrist. He's 2 for 3. So first 2 men aboard on base hits, Bryant and Zobrist here in the Cubs 6th.
Well, the kid from Eureka, which is in between Bloomington, Illinois, and Peoria, goes the opposite way. And you can hear him cheering in Eureka. They're screaming Eureka.
Yeah, there you go. But that's almost as if you just found it for the first time. Zobrist has been hitting balls like that all his career. That's not too far peeking either.
Yeah.
That's why you keep your curtains closed at night. High pop up back of the plate. This is a tough chance looking up into the sun, but Norris makes it look easy. That's the ultimate test for a young catcher. Of course, Norris, the veteran, able to play that quite adroitly.
Oh, that's a huge out for the Padres with nobody out, first and second, to get him to pop up to Derek Norris. And while we have a moment, MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game in live HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Meeting at the mound as Darren Balsley comes out to talk with Clemens. This may be one of those give your pitcher a deep breath or two meetings. There's 2 on, 1 out, and Addison Russell, Clemens has struck him out both times. Brad Hand begins to throw in the Padre pen. Umpire Mark Rippicher will go out and try to hurry this along. There's Hand, who has really been terrific this year. 80 strikeouts in 67 innings. That's the most by a reliever, number 4 in the National League. What a find he has been. So Clemens trying to hold the Cubs here. Chicago leading 3-2. Bryant at second and Zobrist at first base. The dangerous young Russell at the plate, and he nubs that one foul. Home run in each of the 2 games of this series for Russell, and 5 in the last 5 games.
She's a frequent flyer. Loving her pods.
Yeah, that's a nice t-shirt, or whatever you call that. Frequent fryer. Yeah.
Curveball heavy right here. Back-to-back curveballs.
Meanwhile, the infield set for 2. Schemp playing very near second base. Wallace way off the line at first. That's a strike. 1-2.
Good pitch.
The Padres have to like what they're seeing from Paul Clemens today. If you erase those first 3 hitters, he's pitching a beauty.
I've noticed on his fastball he's going anywhere on the 2-seamer from 91 to 95. I mean, he may have snuck in a 96 along the way.
Outside target. In the dirt too far outside, and that'll move the runners up 90. Bryant to third. Zobrist to second on the wild pitch.
Well, just got the curveball a little bit too far out in front, and is this ball? Oh, you know, it looked like a pickable ball for Derek. One that he really didn't have to get in front of, but kind of like a first baseman on the short hop, and it just caught a piece of the glove.
So that sets the table for the Cubs to score a run on and out. Only one away, and the infield comes in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He struck out Russell twice. This would be a great time to come up with a K with 1 out and runners at second and third. Popped him up, and that'll be out of play. Russell is the 3rd Cubs shortstop in history with 80+ runs batted in. Ernie Banks did it 7 times, and the other was Roy Smalley Sr. back in 1950.
Wow.
85. I remember Roy Smalley playing in the PCL, playing against the Pacific Coast League Padres. And he was elevated up to the Cubs. Grounded to short. Tough play. Sardinas has a go underneath his glove. And 2 more runs will score. The throw to the plate won't be in time as both Bryant and Zobrist come around. It is 5-2. A do-or-die play for Sardinas, and he just didn't get to it. He was going to make the play at the plate and had a chance.
Yeah, went for the swipe rather than staying down on it. I'm guessing that's got to be an E6.
It is indeed. There'll be 1 RBI for Russell on the play. The other scores on the error.
See, that's the chance you take with playing the infield in and scoring another run with that runner on second base. Ball gets through, 2-run score.
Andy Green then with that play will give Clemens the rest of the day off. 87 pitch outing for Paul Clemens. Have a blanket on the park in the park. Watch a little baseball from that angle. And our rooftop shot shows you even more. Brought to you by Pinnacle on the park. New pitcher Brad Hand, and the pitching change is brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Paul Clemens goes 5 1/3, 7 hits. Charged with 5 runs, 4 of those earned at the moment. And trying to check the Cubs right here with Addison Russell wound up at second base on the error committed by shortstop Sardinas. Hayward has flied out twice. And there's a strike. So just to put in perspective, Brad Hand's 80 strikeouts, and here we are August 24th. You know, Kimbrel last year struck out 87, and he is a power strikeout pitcher. And then you have to go to Luke Gregerson, 89 in 2010. So Hand, as a strikeout pitcher out of the bullpen, has been terrific. Breaking ball, 1-1.
Well, he gets a lot of swings and misses on the breaking ball. A sweeper, especially with 2 strikes.
He pitched the 9th inning last night. Gave up a single to Zobrist, but that was it. Outside with another breaking ball. Foul back. 1971, were you in kindergarten by then?
71, I was 8.
8 years old. Well, then you probably remembered, because I'm sure that you were a ball fan at age 8, that on this date in 71, Ernie Banks.
Number 500.
No, actually his final home run.
Oh, his final 512?
There you go.
Yeah. My
Banks
favorite
fan.
Cub, my favorite player.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
On this day, August 24.
Let's play 2. Love to watch him play.
Tied to San Diegan with 512. Eddie Matthews. Strike 3 called. There's the strikeout pitch from Hand. Gets Hayward.
Well, there's one of the strikeouts you're talking about, Dick. Chalk up another one. A breaking ball. Taken. Frozen pizza.
Javier Baez then, a single and a strikeout.
You got to hand it to Brad. That was one heck of a breaking ball. Don't encourage me, Dick.
No. I'm just
like my mom and dad said.
I'm just.
Don't encourage him, please.
No. It's too. It's just like your parents. It's too late for me. I just look at you and I feel happy. There's a strike. 93 from Hand at the bottom of the strike zone. Well, the Padres starting rotation at the start of the season, 3 of them have been traded away and 2 have been injured. So you add the pieces here, the Padres putting a rotation together, a new bullpen. They've done a great job, the scouting department, finding players available. Some of those on the waiver wire, and really finding a home and important ingredients that have a chance to be a Padre for a while. Coached up by Andy Green and his staff. Out of play. Cubs with a couple more here in the 5th inning. An infield hit and a line single by Zobrist, the foul out, and then the wild pitch set up runners at 2nd and 3rd, and then the error by young shortstop Sardinius, and the Cubs get 2 more. And a swing and a miss. We talked about strikeouts. Hand on cue gets Hayward and Baez, but it's now 5-2.
Give that kid a hand.
Padres history brought to you by Geico on the Way Back Wednesday. This one, we go way back to June 2011. Padres rookie first baseman Anthony Rizzo, his first major league home run of Washington's John Lennon. That would be Rizzo's only homer in 153 plate appearances with the Padres. The question now is, whatever happened to Rizzo? How about those uniforms? Field of Dreams look, the PCL Padres look. I like those. Huh? Yeah. Why don't they bring those back on some of the way back?
I like those, and I also like the cream-colored home ones with the Padres in blue with the maroon border.
Deep drive pulled foul by Alex Dickerson. Way up in the second deck.
Hey, cuidado. Piso mojado. You bet. That's a homemade sign. Love it. Oh, the Cuidado kid. Hola, ¿qué tal, Marcos? How are you feeling? And then Carlos, number 1.
Dickerson fouls this off the other way. They are a great team.
Oh, those guys are mis hermanos, my brothers.
Amigos.
Yeah. Look at Eddie. If you keep it there, guys, look at Eddie. He's a big Lucha Libre fan. Look at, he's got the masks on his computer.
Tapped out in front of the plate, and the pitcher Hendricks gets Dickerson for the first out here in the 6th.
Well, the two-seamer's still working, Dick. Tremendous movement out of the hand of Hendricks. Only thrown 82 pitches up to this point.
7 in a row since he walked Wallace to lead off the 4th. Schimpf tripled and scored in the 2nd. Came home on Wallace's sac fly and struck out the last time on a pitch that he arguably could have felt was not a strike. That one isn't called a strike. Wallace to follow. 5-2 now for the Cubs. Back with a breaking ball on the inside corner. So outside edge, inside black. Brandon Morrow pitched 2/3 of an inning last night, getting loose.
Well, he did a great job last night. So happy to see Brandon getting out there and making good quality pitches and making a difference. And Trevor Cahill for the Cubs.
As we get into September, we might even see Morrow back into a starting role.
Yeah.
In the dirt, 2-2. If you're keeping scoring in the top of the 6th inning, 2 runs for the Cubs, 1 earned, 1 unearned. And so Paul Clemens' card, 5 1/3, 5 runs allowed, 4 earned, 7 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Doing.
Defensive swing at the pitch away. 2-2.
Oh, I love Cy Young talk. Professor, I want your opinion right here first.
No, I like to play off you. You're the expert.
Well, I'm a big ERA guy, and I like what Kyle Hendricks is doing. And don't get me wrong, great arguments for all those fine pitchers. They're just pitching outstandingly this year. I mean, Johnny Cueto, 14 wins. You take a look at Jake Arrieta with 16. Very close to the ERAs, but when you get a 2.16 and the way he's throwing the ball right now, Kyle Hendricks, he's the leader in the clubhouse for me.
Not for me. 3-6 on the road.
Who do you got?
I look at how many wins the guy's delivering here. Right now, it's going to be tough to not include Arrieta in the serious conversation. Ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Schimpf.
Very legitimate.
But all those.
Yeah,
the last month is going to decide it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the team that gets to the playoffs that's added points for the pitcher. So, and then you have the problem when you have 2 on the same team, and then he can split the votes, and then somebody else sneaks in. And Arrieta and Hendricks not all the votes are going to go to one.
Right.
There are going to be some split ballots.
And the strikeouts are sexy. You know, Arrieta with 158 strikeouts along with those 16 wins, so you can see the argument there.
Second walk from Hendricks doesn't allow many. Brett Wallace sac fly, and he walked the other time.
You know, Max Scherzer is striking out everybody with 217, but ERA over 3. So.
And there's one obvious absentee on that graphic, and that's because of a back injury, Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, no longer eligible because of the innings pitched. He's been out so long. The lack of innings pitched, I should say. Eligible for the ERA title.
It's amazing. The Dodgers have moved into first place. They now lead the Giants by 2 without Kershaw, as the Giants have just been in a month-long slump. Since the All-Star break, there's something like 11-24. Maybe a little better, but it's not been good for San Francisco. 2-1. Yeah, here's the up-to-date. Dodgers and Giants are playing currently in a series. LA won last night. San Diego game ahead of Arizona. Fouled away. After Wallace, Derek Norris due up. This date, August 24th in 1940, is very special in my own heart, has real meaning to me for a couple of reasons. It involves Ted Williams being the first, and everyone knows how much I admired Williams. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the second out. The other is, it was on this date, August 24th, in a blowout game, the Tigers were leading 12-1, that Boston didn't want to use a regular pitcher, so Ted Williams, who was a terrific high school pitcher here in San Diego at Hoover High School, put him in to pitch, and he pitched an inning and 2/3 against the Tigers, struck out Rudy York. He was very proud of that. And it was that little nugget that I found in the Baseball Register when I tried to interview Ted Williams for the first time. It was 1969. I was the new announcer with the California Angels, and Williams was the new manager of the Washington Senators. And when they came to Anaheim, I had to do the pregame interview with Ted Williams. Come on now. But how do I get his attention?
Sure.
Because he didn't want to have anything to do with a lot of us in the press. So I approached him, and he didn't even look at me. I said, "Would you be my pregame guest on radio? And I promise you I won't ask you one question about hitting," and that got his attention. I said, "I'm going to talk about that 1940 game when you pitched against the Tigers." And that's when he wrapped his arm around me and said, "Come here, meet." And never forgot me, and developed a relationship that continued when he'd come back, and many times invited back to his hometown for banquets and that sort of thing. And
thank goodness he pitched that one inning, right?
That's right. What would have been my angle? Talk about hitting. Everybody wanted to talk about hitting. Bob Breitbart, his best friend, would include me in some meetings. And of course, he and Tony Gwynn struck up a terrific relationship, and Tony was so much respect for Mr. Williams, as he always referred to Ted. Swing and a miss. And Hendricks strikes out both Wallace and Norris, and now has 8 in the game. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by GMC. By Petco, your complete pet store. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Completing 6 innings here at Petco today with a winningest team in baseball, the Chicago Cubs, with a 5-2 lead as we enter the 7th. Beautiful baseball afternoon. Brad Hand staying in to work the top of the 7th. Will face Contreras, Hendricks, or a pinch hitter, and then Fowler. Joe Madden has indicated he's not at all concerned about any egos here, how far a pitcher works. He wants him to get enough in the starting rotation, and when he sees time to put a reliever in, he's going to do that, only because they have such a big lead and they have the luxury of being able to rest the arms, giving them a chance to win the game, get them 5, 6, maybe 7 good innings, and there he is, Ross in the on-deck circle. So Hendricks apparently is going to be satisfied with just 6 innings of work today. Contreras sends a high, deep drive to right. Myers looking up, and that one is gone into the home run deck. Contreras, number 8. And the Cubs extend their lead to 6-2. Well, that pleases the Cubs fans in attendance.
Well, showing some opposite field pop. Contreras stays on that one nicely with the intent of driving that ball to right field. Thought Will Myers was going to get to that one off the bat, but that ball just kept traveling and traveling, and when Myers showed us his name and number, we knew that one was going to clear the wall.
No chance for him to get back on it. That's just a line shot into the first couple of rows of the home run deck.
You know, off the bat, I knew it was hit well, but I really didn't think it was going to travel the way it did. Maybe off the wall, but ball got out of here in a hurry.
First home run for the Cubs today. They've been on a string of hitting 2 home runs or more for a week or so. 7 consecutive games, they've hit 2 or more. And the last time they hit 2 home runs in 8 consecutive games, you got to go back all the way to 1961. So this is just a very special team playing incredibly well. Here's the pinch hitter Ross, the backup catcher. You know, it's just, you go through the note sheets for the Cubs as you check their box score. It's just one superlative after another. I mean, they're doing things that take you back decades.
Yeah.
No wonder the great excitement on the north side for this Cubs team. David Ross hitting .239, and let's check our Cholula flamethrower.
Well, Brad Hand, the left-hander, you know, he can get up there mid-90s and just under 95. Let's call it 94.
And
I'd say that's hot sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, show a little inflection there.
Hot sauce.
Yeah. You don't have to be.
That's our guy, and you know how much I love our relievers.
Don't have to be breathless. You notice how we avoided Chapman the other night.
Yeah. What did he hit? 101, 102?
I think he did have one at 102. Full count to Ross. And he rips one to the shortstop. A snow cone catch by Sardinas. That was blistered to short.
This ball looks like it kind of changes direction in his glove, and as you mentioned, the snow cone there, sometimes off the heel, that ball will creep up into the glove, into the webbing. The ball hits so hard, hooking towards Sardinas. Not much David Ross can do there.
So one out to Dexter Fowler, doubled in the first inning and scored, struck out and tapped out in front of the plate, thrown out by catcher Norris. in the 5th inning. Batting right-handed for the first time tonight or today. Why is it? Well, I guess we're so accustomed to playing night ball that you don't automatically think of every game being tonight.
Yeah.
Hardly that in this beautiful day. So Hendricks goes 6 innings, allows 2 runs, both earned, 4 hits, walked a couple, and struck out 8. 99 pitches for Hendricks. That may have influenced Joe Madden's decision. Why have him go another inning? Three and 0 to Fowler. Will make you throw strikes. He's walked 57 times. Oh, the green light him. 3 and 0. A line drive to left. Dickerson makes the catch. He was playing deep enough that he could get back in time, and that's a couple of lineouts by Ross and Fowler for the first 2 outs in the 7th.
You know why this is such a difficult play in my view? Because you've got to commit. And once you commit, there's no going back. He feels warning track right about there. This ball is not one you can camp under. You have to drift back, continue going. You got to fight with the wall. So you get to that point where, okay, point of no return. I'm committing. You're going to eat that wall possibly, but that was great concentration by Alex Dickerson.
And the other element there, you have fans behind you, and they're screaming.
Sure.
A couple of them reaching out over the barrier. So 2 outs to Bryant, who is 2 for 3. Double and a single. He scored 2 runs. Boost his run total, the best in the National League, to 104. Man, he knows how to find home plate. Cubs lead now 4 on the solo homer. Contreras opposite field here in the 7th. Breaking ball 2 and 0. So the Cubs again today, 6 runs. That makes it 23 games in a row where they've scored at least 3. So your pitchers, you know, when you go out there, you're going to get some support. 3 and 0. The fastball missing. Crowd has not been announced as yet, but we would guess it's going to be in the high 20s. Well, more than that. We just received it. 30,033. 30033. So all 3 games of the series over 30,000. That's a strike. He'll be swinging if he likes this one. 3 and 1. Up the middle. Nice play by Hand on the comebacker and takes a base hit away from Bryant. That was on its way to center field. Stretch half of the 7th at Petco Park. coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Our Marlins series coming up on Friday night. Miami with Martin Prado having another great year with the bat. Christian Yelich, the last 18 games, hitting 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. And Andrew Cashner had a good one yesterday, lost 1-0. Expected to pitch the Sunday game against his former teammates. Without that beard, shocking look to see Cashner.
It really is. No pun intended. Shaved 20 years off. Doesn't it? He went back to the prospect look.
Yeah. So the Padres will face a new pitcher here in the last of the 7th. Trevor Cahill in for Kyle Hendricks. It'll be Sardinas. And then Ramirez is in the on-deck circle. And top of the order, Jankowski. There are the numbers on Cahill.
Pretty good splits. 231 from lefties and righties. Only 186. He's given up 5 home runs this year. 1 game started for the veteran right-hander. Runs the ball away from lefties. Breaking ball, a changeup. He can touch mid-90s.
Safe on an error and a strikeout for Sardinas. Padres got to the bullpen in the 9th inning last night, trailing 5-0. They scored 3 times and had the winning run at the plate when Chapman struck out Bethancourt for the final out. Mark Grace.
Oh, he could pick it. San Diego State Aztec. Had a darn good career.
Now hitting instructor with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And now Chris Bryant's number 17.
Pretty good lineage.
So we got an Aztec and a Torero that wore 17.
Bounce to the mound, and the one hopper corralled by Cahill. One away. Well, a look at the starters, and of course we've been raving justifiably about their pitching all series long. Lester gives up 1 run and 5 hits. Arrieta, no runs and 2 hits. Hendricks, a couple of runs. Boy, they're going to ban him out of the club. 4 hits, so 11 hits from the 3 starters in the series.
Yeah, it's contagious. No doubt these guys are talented. They hit their spots. They're a combination of guys who have power, but yet command as well, and that goes a long way.
3 total runs scored by the Padres from the starters. Remember last night the 3 runs came against the bullpen, and one of the 3 was on a strikeout wild pitch. Ramirez as the pinch hitter for Hand. Jason Grimm, we've seen him earlier in the series warming up for the Cubs. That's in there, 1-2. Ramirez hitting .242. Displayed his wares on the south side of Chicago with the White Sox. Off the fist, and the pitcher will make the catch. Boy, he got jammed royally on that pitch. Pop up to the pitcher.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. And what a way to spend an afternoon in America's finest city.
Look at them. They got their shoes off.
Airing out the dogs. Love it.
Yes, sir. And that's what a good Sunday or Wednesday afternoon's all about. Sunny Wednesday. Jankowski has 2 of the Padres' hits today. Myers and Schimpf with the others, both triples. Jankowski a double in the first inning, singled to left field as well in the 3rd, scored 1 of the runs. 2 balls and a strike to count. Pulled to first. And racing to the bag, Bryant for the out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Cahill. On to the 8th inning.
Giants are battling. They'll do it again tonight, but last night, Rob Segedin made a statement. Madison Bumgarner struggling as the Giants would lose their 5th straight.
Yeah, Bumgarner here giving a season-high 5 runs this season. He's pitched well, but the Dodgers got to him last night, and 2 rookies are the ones who started it.
You know, as well as Madison Bumgarner has pitched in his career, his last 5 times out there, the Dodgers have beaten the Giants. He hasn't gotten all the losses himself, but the team hasn't been able to win with him out on the mound. When Clay and I see you on Padres Live, the postgame show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications, we'll get you set up for the upcoming series when the Padres head out on the road, taking on the Marlins. Also, Scott Miller, our Fox Sports San Diego MLB insider, is going to be with us. He'll tell you what he thinks is going to be key in that Giants-Dodgers race for the National League West crown. He'll also have an update for you on Steven Strasburg, the latest on his injury, and we'll get a little news on Clayton Kershaw as well. Plus, you'll hear from Andy Green. All that more when we see you after the final out today, Dick and Mark.
All right, thank you, Mike. And it's time now for our In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia, and Ben Zobrist moves the pitcher out of the way. You're going to have to be in the passenger seat. Zobrist wants to be behind the wheel with a single, a triple, a couple of RBIs, and 2 runs scored. This veteran with a 282 plus average. Tough out, line drive, and caught by Schimpf in the shift, and that was a sure base hit otherwise. So Zobrist denied as the shift gobbles up that line drive.
Yeah, not the easiest play, but Ryan Schimpf makes it somewhat easy because this ball off the left-handed bat, that's going to hook. The ball is hooking. And Glenn Hoffman, yeah, he gives him the thumbs up. Nicely done.
Brandon Morrow taking over here in the 8th inning. Jorge Soler has knocked in a run with a sac fly, double to right, and fouled out. 6 runs, 8 hits, and error for the Cubs. They've left only 2. Padres 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 miscue, and have stranded 5. Ground ball through the hole. They were crowded on that left side with Sardinas near third base, but able to punch it through. Soler, his 2nd hit. How about our keys to the game? Let's revisit them. Brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego.
Well, the first one was execute situational hitting. Well, the Padres with runners in scoring position. 0 for 6. Ouch. Not good today. And hit a homer. 4 hits, but no home runs. Sorry.
Well, that may be coming late. They got 2 more innings.
Still got, yeah, you're right.
Russell 0 for 3. Did get an RBI on the ball that eluded Sardinas at shortstop with runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 runs scored. One of those runs credited to the RBI count for Russell, who now has 83 for the year. Think of that. Will Myers leads the Padres with 72, leads the entire team. Here's Russell hidden in this power-laden lineup with 83 of his own at age 22. And that's with Chris Bryant and Rizzo gobbling up a lot of runs batted in front of him. Ground ball to short. Sardinas, a tough play, and they have to tag. Schimpf wisely pulled off the bag, and he didn't try to hang on to the bag. He went right for the runner and gets the force.
Nice instinctive play right there by Ryan Schimpf. You know, any middle infielder can catch the good throw. You have to anticipate the bad throw. Great play by Sardinas, just getting to the ball, but the force is out of the play. I mean, there's no way he can grab that baseball and then go back to the bag. So the next best thing, tag the runner. At least you get an out. Good athletic move right there by Ryan Schimpf.
He might have still been in contact, but he wasn't quite sure himself, so made the tag. 2 away, and a foul back by Hayward. Sign him up. Good play made by the fan. Hayward has flied out twice and struck out this afternoon. outside. Yeah, it was good to see Bob Foxworth here today, rooting for the Padres. You theater fans will recognize the name, one of the outstanding Shakespearean actors of our time, and he going back to the original cast of The Great White Hope with James Earl Jones. Played in that cast on Broadway. Inside, he and his wife Stacy, and Barbara and I had the chance to be honorary chairs for the big model program, model show, fashion show.
What did you model?
Well, not me. We just stood and said a few words, the two of us, but raised a lot of money for the Old Globe Theater this week, and 600 ladies, most of them ladies there to support the theater. Fly ball falling in a hurry and over Schimpf and in front of Meliors, fires back behind the runner, but not in time. So a blue pit by Hayward. So 2 out, 2 on here in the 8th. Hayward collects his first hit. Hard to get that one through it. The shift. Schimpf almost to it.
The ball not hit that hard off the end of the bat, but just placed perfectly. Boy, 2 balls hit this inning, placed perfectly. That ground ball through the hole off the bat of Soler in between third and short. And now this one.
So the Cubs in double figures in the hit column. Myers with that quick throw. Soler gets back in time. Baez, a single in 3 at bats, struck out the last 2 times. Strike 1. You know, we're so blessed with our theater here, the Old Globe and La Jolla as well, you know, and then baseball theater, and then in this beautiful stage, Petco Park.
I think this is the best reality show on TV, the game of baseball. Never know how it's going to turn out.
No, it's a different script every night. There are guidelines, but you never know what you're going to see. And some of the performances can be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Those walk-off hits and home runs, so it's not exactly coming to the stage and taking a bow with a little encore, is it? You got to be ready. And tank of water or bath, or your teammates ripping your clothes off your back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice dig by Norris.
Yeah. You know, last night when Brandon Morrow was out on the hill, the one sequence that really stuck out to me was that at bat when he struck out Anthony Rizzo to end the 6th. He could have not pitched more perfectly to strike out the Cub first baseman. Finished him off with a slider down and in for the swing and miss, and seems to be back-to-back games where his stuff is sharp, and that's a good sign for the right-hander.
2-1, and he misses away again. 3 balls and a strike to Baez. Wilson Contreras, who homered the last time, on deck. Outside corner. Full count with 2 outs. Runners will be off. He went around. Strike 3. 2 left for the Cubs in the 8th. The Padres need 4 to tie. Bill Howe plays of the game. 3 triples, all in the right center field alley. The first by Ben Zobrist knocked in 2 Cubs runs in the first inning, and Brian Schimpf found the same direction, right center. He came home on Wallace's sac fly, and then Will Myers drove in the second Padre run, also a triple to right center. Jankowski scoring from first base. Those are our Bill Howe plays of the game. 3 triples early. Padres bats quiet, however. Since the triple by Myers, they do not have another hit. It's Myers leading off here in the 8th. Solarte and Dickerson to follow. Against reliever Trevor Cahill. 2-0.
Well, the other day I had an interview right here on Fox Sports San Diego pregame with Jim DeShays, the analyst for the Cubs, and he said if there was one Achilles heel for this Cubs team, it would be the bullpen. So now it's a chance for the Padres late to maybe do something.
Which they did last night, scoring 3 times in the 9th inning to make it interesting. By the way, Trevor Cahill is one of our own, born in Oceanside and went to high school in Vista. He's now 28.
Cubs bullpen going into this game, relievers, an ERA of 3.75, probably middle of the pack in the National League.
Myers with a count in his favor now, 3-1. He has struck out, tripled in the run, and grounded to second. Pulls that one foul past third. Brandon Bauer apparently will work the top of the 9th inning. Solarte due next. Strike 3 called. Myers strikes out again. Thought it was ball 4.
High 2-seamer.
Myers gave up on it, thinking it was out of the zone. First strikeout for Cahill. Here's Solarte. Solarte is grounded out and popped to third, fly to center. Did not go around, says third base umpire Nick Lentz. It's 1-1. Big off day tomorrow in Miami. You got some plans down in North Beach or whatever they call that area?
Absolutely. Don Orsillo, Jesse Agler, Dave Marcus, and I are going to go out on a fishing boat.
Oh, good.
We're going to go fishing.
Swing and a miss. Another Padres strikeout. That's the 10th today.
So here's Jesse, and with Marcus right here, he's going to have a fishing pole. He's going to have like a little hook on it. And maybe catch a fish.
It looks like he's going to hook Orsillo if he's not careful.
Dave Marcus got the reel right here.
Picasso had nothing on you. Swing and missed by Dickerson. He's 0 for 3 today.
See, Orsillo here thinks he's the fisherman.
Yeah.
Marcus, we just cross him off.
Well, Jesse Agler, you know, he went to the University of Miami. He's got a lot of contacts down there.
Yeah, so it's all about.
He'll know where the fishing spots are.
It's all about the U for Jesse.
Are you going to go to the Causeway? Is that where you fish?
Yeah, I guess. Causeway. Jesse's playing like Candy Crush or something. Right here, look at.
Well, he's probably making plans for you guys to make sure it's a full day and everything is stocked in the boat. Probably you want to wind your way down to Key West. Key Largo.
That would be fun. Yeah.
You know,
I should go over and just slap Jesse. There's Orsillo. Don Coolio.
He hasn't invited us over for one of his operatic meals, you know, where he cooks a meal and sings opera at the same time.
He's a modern day Emerald.
In the dirt, ball 4, and Dickerson's aboard. 2 outs here in the 8th. Well, as you check the American League, the Kansas City Royals, the defending World Series champions, are hot. 9-game winning streak. And during that streak, 1.69 ERA. You know that they've got a terrific bullpen. And Lorenzo Cain, one of my favorite players, 529 in the streak. They're only 4 games out of the wild card spot. Don't count them out.
Yeah, the winning streak would match their longest win streak in their past 22 seasons, dating back to 1995.
And while we're talking about teams playing well, after a terrible start, Detroit Tigers, they're only 3 games out of the wild card.
That's going to be interesting.
And Mr. Cameron Maben knocked in 3 runs last night. You know what he's hitting? 325.
Wow.
Cameron Maben. 2 balls, no strikes to Schimpf.
During that winning streak, Dick, for the Royals, they have allowed only 13 runs. ERA in that span, 1.1.
Yeah, that's something. 2-0 to Schimpf. Pulls it foul.
Somebody tells me there's a big tropical storm approaching Miami this weekend. Get the
Hurricane Mud?
Get the Dramamine.
Tropical storm.
They won't have to bring any chum on board. I'll provide that.
That's bad. Pulled foul. 2-2. Can you imagine being stuck in a fishing boat with Mark Grant? I mean, I can't even imagine that. I mean, how is that going to work? It's got to be a big boat. You can't sit still. So I hope it's like one of those.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Jesse probably has like one of those 100-footers. You know,
he set it up. So it's one of those. You know, you show up and you find out what you got.
Because you're not supposed to stand up in a rowboat. Fouled again. Boy, my late brother, loved to fish. I just never quite caught on to the sport.
Takes patience.
Maybe that's it. But what if they don't bite? You know, you spend a whole day out there and
you go hungry.
Oh, I go to Joe's Meat Market, fish market. Get some stone crabs. The inside. 3-2 now to Schimpf.
That was a good pitch, but it was off the plate just a little bit. Trying to bring back that 2-seamer like Jake Arrieta did, like Kyle Hendricks tried to do. Hey, it's a darn good pitch. Fox Tracks did indicate it was off the plate.
So a 3-2 the count. Dickerson off with this delivery. And that ball pulled into the right field corner. There goes Dickerson around second to third, being waved home. Here comes the relay to the plate, not in time, and the Padres cut into that lead. It's 6-3. Schimpf delivers again. Double and a triple today for Ryan Schimpf. RBI number 35 for the Padres second baseman.
Well, Cahill misses with location. He wanted that one down away, and once again, very few mistakes from the pitching staff and the starters for the Cubs, but hey, the bullpen is a different story. The relievers for the Cubs, almost 4 runs given up this year, and Padres are making some noise here in the 8th.
The count 3-2. Dickerson running all the way, scores to make it 6-3. And Joe Madden has seen enough. He's going to go to the mound and make a pitching change. One presumes he has made that signal. And a right-hander coming in from the bullpen. It's 6-3 Chicago in the 8th.
child, we want them to find contentment, to be happy within themselves.
That as the grandfather of our team, it's important that I support and uphold the honor of all these young fellas that are so desperate to win.
The kids and the boys and girls have an opportunity that they can develop and, become, whatever it is they want to become. They want to become baseball players or, as long as they're getting education, go to college and all that. So that's the important part of life.
That was a sneak preview of Friday's all-new Padres POV presented by Sequan Casino. Friday after Padres Live, right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
I'm anxious to see, of course, that feature where they use the soundbite from me has to do as Justin Grimm comes in with the pick the stick and say that I want to uphold all you young fellas, but you're the two-time defending champion. I'm not going to support you. I'm kind of hoping that our ladies win this year. It's about time they came through, but it's been lean here July and August for them. So Grimm comes in to pitch. Matt Caesar is in the left field. And the hitter is Brett Wallace. 2 outs. Schimpf with the RBI double at second base.
Well, we saw Grimm in game 1. He threw an inning. He struck out 3. Struck out the side in order.
Wallace with a sac fly, a walk, and a strikeout today. Ooh, had the home run swing. Fouled it straight back. After a couple of strikeouts, Myers and Solarte, Dickerson with a 2-out walk scores on Schimpf's double. Wallace trying to pick up Ryan Schimpf. Bring the tying run to the plate. Chases one in the dirt, and the putout will be recorded at first base. So the Padres settled for 1 to the 9th inning, 6-3 Cubs. Final game of the homestand as the Cubs and Padres wrap it up, and we're in the 9th inning here. Chicago was scoring 3 in the first inning, and it held on to the lead, although the Padres closed within 1 and had the tying run at third and no one out after the Myers triple in the 3rd inning. But since that time, only 1 base hit. Since the 3rd, that came with a 2-out double from Ryan Schimpf to make it 6-3 in the home half of the 8th. And here's Brandon Maurer.
Well, plain and simple for the right-hander, who is the closer, trailing. Got to throw up a 0 and then go to Hacken in the Padres' bottom half of the 9th. Well, the strikeouts are there. Good fastball, good slider from the right-hander Maurer.
We go from Brandon Morrow to Brandon Maurer. Morrow an inning, allowed a couple of hits, but no runs. Big swing and a miss from Contreras, who lined a home run in the opposite field the last time.
Well, he got to that baseball nicely. Good solid swing. Very balanced swing. Ball got out in a hurry.
A ball and a strike to the young catcher. Matt Caesar is on deck, hitting in the 9th spot. Then Dexter Fowler here in the 9th for the Cubs. Chop to third. Charge Solarte. Underhand throw in time. Nicely done.
Very nice play. Well, here's a look at the pitching matchup for Friday's game when the Padres will go to South Florida, and it's brought to you by Tough Shed. We got Jared Cozart for the Padres, the right-hander, against David Phelps. Pretty good ERA for David Phelps at 2.28. And the strikeouts are there as well for the pitcher Phelps. 75 frames, 95 strikeouts. And if you don't like it, Tough Shed.
Aroldis Chapman, you feel the heat coming out of that bullpen?
Oh, yeah.
He was over 100 more times than not last night. Broken bat and ranging is Solarte in front of the shortstop to make the play. 2 away as Caesar makes the out.
Wow.
Cubs fans behind the third base dugout, a couple of them with Harry Carey, large Harry Carey likenesses.
Yeah, you know, I was watching the head of that bat going in, and thank goodness that that bat does not hurt anybody, and everybody was giving the thumbs up. And
it's a javelin.
Wow.
So 2 outs on ground balls to third, testing Solarte, and he's passed the test. Here's Fowler, double to open the game, 1 for 4. That's how it all started today. Fowler with a double, Bryant followed with a double. A 2-run triple next from Zobrist, and a sac fly Soler. The first 4 batters faced by Paul Clemens produced 3 runs. They've added on since for the 6-3 lead. And that bat will be carried away, and hopefully some fan will receive a souvenir. Pulled foul. Should Fowler reach safely, we'll see Bryant one more time. He's got a couple of hits. Zobrist with 2 and Soler with 2. So the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in Joe Madden's lineup, all with a brace of hits. Oh boy.
Very nice.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bauer retires the Cubs. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the 9th, Derek Norris will start for the Padres. Of the ninth, it's time for our Carl's Jr. star of the game, and right-hander Kyle Hendricks gets our vote today. Hendricks goes 6 innings, allows 2 runs and only 4 hits, walked 2 and struck out 8 in quest of his 12th win of the year, leading ERA in baseball, and it won't go up much from his effort today. Aroldis Chapman comes in from the bullpen to work the 9th inning.
And the Padre hitters are going to have to turn up the dial. We saw Chapman last night in the 9th. Padres got to him. His numbers here, he has blown a few saves, a record of 3-1, but the minuscule ERA, and look at the strikeouts to innings pitched. And for a hard thrower, he's got pretty darn good control. 11 walks in 43 frames.
Last night he came in, gave up the sac fly, Jan Solarte, and that made it 5-3. Then he walked 2 batters, Dickerson and Chimp, so that brought the go-ahead, the winning run to the plate, form of Christian Bethancourt, but he blew him down with a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. Norris has struck out twice and flied to left. Padres once again in double figures in the strikeout column, and that's been a plague for the entire year. Don't give yourself much of a chance if you can't put it in play. 11 strikeouts today. Hendricks got 8, Cahill a couple, and Grimm finishing the 8th inning with his one and only strikeout. First pitch is swung on and struck into left field for a base hit. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and Norris waiting for it. Drives that single to left field. See if the Padres can muster a rally in the 9th inning again today.
They get anything close in that strike zone off of Chapman. The fastball is straight. Just get that foot down a little early, get the hands back. Whack!
They had the good sound. Padres' 6th hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Sardinius. 0 for 3. Switch hitter bats right-handed. Adam Rosales with the bat in the on-deck circle. Looks as if he'll be the hitter for the pitcher. 100 miles an hour on that delivery. Got to get one more man on to bring that tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th. 6-3 Cubs going for the sweep. Late swing foul.
You know, if you haven't seen the documentary Fastball on Netflix, you really have to see it. Because nowadays the radar gun picks up the baseball out of the hand. Okay? Back in the old days when Nolan Ryan was throwing, it was at the plate. So, to give you the Cliff Notes version, Nolan Ryan today would throw 109 miles an hour on the gun.
I believe that. I saw him pitch. Man.
Now that's bringing it.
Swing and a miss. 3 pitches and Sardinius takes a seat. That one was 102.
Out of the hand because the ball loses velocity once it leaves the hand because of gravity. And that's where you have to turn up the dial.
And Sardinius, the young hitter, was looking for fastball, but he just couldn't get that head of the bat out there in time. Rosales has done a good job pinch hitting. He's 5 for 13, a 385 average. He's been the Padres' most reliable pinch hitter.
You know what, Dick? Coming to the ballpark every day, one of the joys of working here is be able to work with this lady right here, Sheila Simpson. This is Sheila's last day with us this year. And Sheila, from all of us at Fox Sports San Diego, we love you. Thank you so much for everything. You're a joy to be around. You're awesome.
Always smiling, always there. What do you need to make the telecast better?
Worked with Sheila for 21 years. It's our 21st year, Sheila.
Gosh, we have a great team. We're going to miss her.
Yeah.
She'll be back next year.
I think she's going to stage for us in
Arizona,
Phoenix, right? In Arizona.
That finishes the year in Arizona, the last 3 games, so we'll get a chance to offer an appropriate farewell for this year. Wish her well. Of course, she knows that.
She's a peach. Padres Live postgame show. Stay tuned. Mike Pomerantz, Clay Hensley going to talk about this game and what's going around Major League Baseball. You're going to hear from manager Andy Green. So stay tuned. After the Padres come back and win this one.
Yeah, there's one other NL West final. The Rockies were beaten at Milwaukee today 7-1. And of course, the Dodgers and Giants, a big game tonight. And another strikeout for Chapman. 103 on that delivery. So 2 away, and here's Jankowski. And you know it's coming. But you're really testing the upper edge of a man's reflexes to try to get that bat out in front of that 103-mile-an-hour missile. 30,033. Many Cubs fans again here today, rooting on the North Siders, who are tough to beat. Padres knew going in it wasn't going to be an easy series. They had their top 3 hurlers, John Lester, Jake Arrieta, Kyle Hendricks today, stacked up to pitch the 3-game series. Jankowski has 2 hits and a lineout. Defensive indifference, and Morris will jog to second base. Only 101 on that fastball. And then you have to hit as a left-hander against a lefty. Padres are down to their final strike. Just to be dramatic, you think he'll waste a slider here, or is he going to rear back and give him another heater?
I think the old number 1.
.104. A ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Derek Norris at second. Strike 3, and on a 103-mile-an-hour fastball, Chapman seals the win. The Cubs have swept the final today. Chicago 6, San Diego 3. And here's Mike Pomerantz.
Dick, thanks very much. When Clay and I see on Padres Live, the post-game show breakdown of what's happened on the field. Plus, we'll tell you which one player could determine who wins the National League West. All that, plus you'll hear from Andy Green in moments.